Welcome back. A new report reveals the U.S. military is being infiltrated by, get this, gang members.
Carter Smith is the former leader of the gang and extremist investigation team at the Army base in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and he joins us from Nashville this morning. Carter, thanks so much for being with us.
Good morning.
Tell us the extent of the problem.
I don't know the current situation. I do know that the military has pretty much always admitted that there were gang members and extremist group members in their ranks. They usually said they just got in somehow. But as far as numbers, I don't have current information. I do know that if they're in, there can be a problem wherever they are.
Well, what would the problem be if the gang members are serving in the U.S. military? What kind of trade secrets or what kind of defense policies can they take away that they can apply on the streets?
Actually, I think the primary problem is that wherever you have gangs or extremist groups, and I use the term security threat groups. We got that from the Department of Corrections and the Bureau of Prisons because it makes more sense. Whenever we see these groups, we see drug trafficking, we see weapons trafficking, have for several years. The gangs also will use the military to spread their membership. We saw that recently in South Carolina. We've also seen that in 1998, I believe it was, the Federal Bureau of Investigations attributed gang migration to three primary activities. One was corporate jobs, and one was informal jobs, they called it, and the third was the military. So that was just 8 years ago. So we're looking at the spread of gangs using the military.
So you're saying they're already gang members and then they enlist, or are some of those gang affiliations formed while they're on active duty?
I've actually seen them both, where they'll come in getting away from the gang perhaps. Other folks have said that they come to learn a trade. I've also seen them recruited while they were in the military.
How do you stop it then?
I don't know that it's stoppable. I think in 1996, the Secretary of the Army, Togo West, was following up on a couple of racially motivated homicides at Fort Bragg. And he had a press conference in which he said that we understand it's going to happen. We're going to keep as much of a handle on it as we can, but we can't exactly prohibit thought. We can only prohibit action. So groups or membership in groups, we can't say you can't be a member of this group. Think McCarthyism. We can't go back to that. Have an attorney general's list of prohibited groups. We can only go based on action. Now, he did say that that action can include distribution of hate literature. That action can include spraying graffiti and all, but just
Carter,
simply being
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear,
it.
but I have to say that in defense of the military, they are doing quite a bit of work to actually take care of that situation, going back to the Burmeister case that you alluded to back to 1996, in which there was some deal with the skinheads. We thank you for joining us as well this morning on Fox and Friends. Just ahead, yet another revelation in the Mark Foley scandal this morning. Stay tuned to see what it is and what effect it'll have on next month's elections.